Hi, ladies and gentlemen, men and women, boys and girls. It is late in the night. It's around 8 o'clock at night. I'm outside trying to see if I could pull off a video out here without, all the distractions of the people that like to follow me and watch me and stuff. This is a part 2 to Violate. I didn't give a definition that was on here the last time I spoke, so I am going to give that definition, and then I'm going to give an example, and it has to do with me personally. Okay. Violate, treat with disrespect, agreement, disregard, disobey, and rape someone upon, right? So violate has a lot to do with rape and stuff like that. Now I'm going to give you information to do with rape when it has to come to do with me. It wouldn't be the first time, it's just the last time. The last time is actually recently, not too long ago. What was it? 2018, 2019, one of the two. When this happened, it happened in the parking lot of my building, by the way. Yeah, that building, yep. In the parking lot of that building, and in getting raped in a car, it was from somebody I knew, somebody that tried to give advances earlier prior to flash me is what they actually did really. In that case, when they had done that, I didn't live where I lived. I lived somewhere else, and they were in my house when they did this. The advance wasn't an agreement, clearly, because nothing didn't happen at that time. That would be a few years prior to the present that I'm telling you about. The person brought me home. When I woke up to penetration in a car, the penetration I got within the car led me to believe that I thought I was in a cab, because the last time I checked, I was going home in a cab when this scenario happened in the parking lot. So to my surprise, when I stopped crying and then I looked, because I really thought it was a cab man, and I was like, shit, you got yourself fucked up by a cab man is what I thought, right? Because that was the way I was going home, right? Anyways, apparently it was somebody I already knew, the person that flashed me before prior, right, had violated me and raped me in their car. I wasn't awake. I was sleeping. I awoke to penetration, ladies and gentlemen, is what I awoke to, penetration. Prior to this violation that was given and taken from me, I was not having sex for over 14 months to be exact. So of course, when this happens, I'm going to feel it. Second, if you're not involved in it, you won't be wet either, right? That wouldn't happen, right? Well, that was my situation on Violate, right? I figure I should tell my story, because if I don't tell my story, a lot of people that get into these kind of situations based off of influence of drinking and whatsoever, as I said, this happened in my parking lot where I live, downstairs from my house, right, is where this happened. Prior to the Violate, ladies and gentlemen, miraculously, that same morning this happened, so I would have left the place at, say, something to 1 in the morning when this happened to go home, and I woke up to penetration, ladies and gentlemen, around 7 something in the morning. I had to sit there and think for a minute, how long did it take to get me home? Because this person has never been to my house ever before in their life. So even if they were driving me there, they would have had somebody that's not coherent to speak to them. So obviously, I wouldn't have been able to tell them, right? Unless they already knew where I live, right? Anyways, when all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I thought a lot of things. Apparently, I looked cute that day, is what I was told. I was told I looked cute that day. I don't know, baggy jeans and Adidas blue stripe jacket and like some shell tops. I don't know what's so sexy about that, but apparently I was sexy to be violated. Apparently I was sexy to be violated. Now, some insight on this person is simply this: the Vans they gave me before, if I was interested, it would have been easy, right? They were in my house when they flashed me at that time, and when they flashed me, I didn't take the advance. For if I wanted to, I could have. You were like in my house. There was actually a bed there, right? Newsflash, I don't live with parents, right? Grown folk over here. Grown folk, right? So I didn't take that advance at that time, right? Prior to that time period, I probably seen that person within the year span of when this happened once, and they said, "Oh, don't you see I'm trying to talk to you?" And I was like, "I'm hungry, I'm gonna go buy something." And they said, "That's how you deal with family?" This is what this person said, right? So just imagine my surprise when I'm having sex with this person that I don't like him, ladies and gentlemen. Like, there's nothing about him that interests me. I'm not intrigued in no shape or format when it comes to this man. Like, I'm sorry to say, but I don't have any. I never did. I'm not interested. I was never interested, right? But yet, there goes the violation, right? I don't know. I would think he wouldn't do something like that, considering that he's actually in the same boat that, say, he was in when I had to protect his ass one time, right? For he was drunk and he didn't have no wares of what was going on, and people were trying to kill him, and I had to intervene on his behalf. Lo and behold, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I was in the same situation where I was under the influence. The only difference is I helped him out. In my situation, he chose to assist himself when it came to me. Ain't that a bitch? Now, if anybody's wondering why I don't interest myself in men, it would probably be something like that, because of course, like, you don't know how to approach a girl, and like, to be fair, I'm very difficult to approach. I'll tell you guys that right off the hop. I am. Hello, I'm so private. So obviously, right? So the approach is hard to come at me, right? So if you can't approach me in this way, these are the ways that men think they should come and approach me, violate. They don't know how to actually approach and say they like the girl, or whatever the case may be, or I intimidate him, or who knows? Maybe I turned him down that time, and like, for all I know, because he flashed me and I didn't take the advance, he's pissed at me. Who knows? Or maybe he's pissed at me because I had to save his ass one time. Who even knows? Right? But to violate a person against their will is what? Against their free will. That is not cool, right? Is what you did. I figured I should talk about this because this may happen to girls, but it also happens to men too. It also happens to men too. Now, I'm sorry if I don't like you guys' advances and stuff like that. And I'm sorry I'm very difficult to approach, right? Really, all you have to do is be yourself and talk and act normal. Like, you know, don't flash girls. I don't understand this flashing thing. But by the way, that's not the first time I've seen shit like that happen to me. Like, stop flashing girls. Like, is that supposed to be cool and shit? Like, is that cool? Like, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, men and women, that is my story on Violate when it has to do with rape of someone, right? This would be a previous, present, closest situation that has happened. It was not the first, but it is the last that has happened within this building. It should be on camera. So of course, my building, as I said before, they must be a coven of some kind, some stupid coven, by the way. They're not too bright, right? But anyways, all of this should be on camera, right? Along with, say, people coming early that morning, coincidental, should be on camera too. You know, the players, as I would say, right? But back to what violate means, it means that, you know, like my baby father, my daughter, and my sister coming in and inveigling into my space, same way as this person coming in and violating me without my permission, right? These things happen, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why boys do these things. If you haven't noticed, you hear me calling him a boy because that's how I see a lot of you out here as boys. I don't see you as men. For men, and don't do that. Men don't take advantage of a girl or a woman that never once made you think they were interested in you, right? Never, ever, ever, ever. Even when you flashed them. They're just trying to be nice so you wouldn't feel bad because you flashed the person. Just decided to flash them like a white old man in a trench coat, because when you did it, that's exactly what I visioned at the time. A white man opening his trench coat with nothing underneath. That's exactly what came to my mind, ladies and gentlemen. So that is what happened. And oh, by the way, doing stuff like that, gentlemen, I mean boys, doing stuff like that, that's how you niggers get killed in these streets. If you didn't understand, that's how you all get killed in these streets, for violating people under their without getting consent from them. You get taken out for stuff like that. You know that? Like, why set yourself up for stuff like that? Literally, you make yourself a target all because you really want to say you like slammed that girl. Boy, I couldn't even get wet. Like, that's why you don't take stuff without permission. It wouldn't even be fun. It's not even fun. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, I am Wise One Teach. I go by the name Teach, and I also go by the name T. If you like what you have just heard, you want to comment, subscribe, by all means, please do. Y'all have a good day. Maybe I'll check y'all tomorrow if I can actually pull off a video tomorrow. Bye, guys.